We're popping out to buy a chateau.
In this very first episode, we share with you the moment we become the owners and the custodians of Chateau de Vieilles Vignes in St Julien D'Eymet in the Dordogne in France. Hi, I'm Nick. I'm half French, but for the best part of my life I lived and worked in London, both as a lawyer and as an HR business partner, where I met my amazing wife, Nicole.
And I'm Nicole, originally from Sweden. I work as a leadership and professional development consultant and coach. I moved to the UK in 2011, where I met Nick. We fell in love and got married in the south of France in 2016.
That same year, I left the perceived security of a corporate job and set up a successful business as a wellbeing and leadership coach and facilitator. Meanwhile, Nicole had planted the seed to France and create a very different kind of life for the two of us.
Over the next few years, we scoured the French countryside looking for a suitable property, but really struggled to find what we were looking for. That is until in late November in 2019, when we happened across a dilapidated chateau in a little village called St Julien D'Eymet and fell in love with the potential to create a home and a business.
On returning to St Julien at the end of January 2020, we were sold on the chateau and so put in an offer on our return to the UK in February, only to find ourselves in a bidding war. On the brink of losing the chateau to another couple, we raised our initial offer to convince the owners to agree to sell it to us.
However, with COVID and a complicated succession involving 13 owners, it wasn't until March 2021 that we eventually became custodians of Chateau de Vieilles Vignes.
Our Chateau Adventures chart our trials and tribulations as we attempt to renovate this 1,000-year-old chateau. We took the bold decision to move to France in October 2022 when Nicole was 3 months pregnant. With almost zero DIY skills when we embarked on this project, we will be taking on a challenge of a lifetime as we not only learn a whole new set of skills, but learn to navigate French bureaucracy, figure out how to finance the renovation,
and, as of April 2023, learn to juggle all of that with the joys and challenges of parenthood. We also want to showcase the best bits of living and life in France.
We're hoping that by charting our adventures, we will inspire others to dream that little bit bigger, as well as raise some much needed funds for the renovation itself, to protect this beautiful and historic building. After years of planning and a year of waiting, it was finally time for us to set off to France to buy our chateau. But of course, it was never going to be that straightforward. We're in the middle of the pandemic, and France were in a really tight lockdown, which meant that we had to seek permission from our notaire, the equivalent of a conveyancer, to give us authority to travel into and through France. And that was really important to us because only a month or two earlier, we learnt that the wall on the tower had partially collapsed, and although the owners had paid for it to be repaired, we were really worried about any other damage that might have happened as a result of any storms. So we wanted to be there in person to ensure that everything is as it was when we last saw it. But that was no mean feat because we tried to book several flights. Within days, sometimes weeks of booking, we'd get an email through telling us that they'd been cancelled. And then eventually we found pretty much the one train. There was only literally one Eurostar train a day departing from London. But thankfully we managed to secure some tickets and got all our COVID tests and made our way to the Dordogne.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. Nous avons le plaisir de vous informer que le train 9060, le départ de Vieilles à destination de Paris est prêt pour l'embarquement au quai numéro 7. Veuillez faire attention en montant sur les tapis roulants et tenez-vous à la main courante. Veuillez aussi suivre les...
We arrived safely in St Julien, having navigated the curfew the night before. Thankfully, we didn't get stopped by the police, although we did have a reasonable excuse to be out.
We got up really early the next morning to visit the chateau to see if it had succumbed to any more damage.
And it had, some of it, we had some plasterboard falling down, and one of the large fireplaces had imploded.
And a leak in the existing bathroom had caused the ceiling to collapse further. But all in all, it was fairly superficial, nothing of the structural nature of the collapsed chateau tower wall. Nicole took it upon herself to essentially debug and de-spiderweb, de-cobweb the entire chateau, which is no mean feat. And you know, we kind of look back on it now.
It was slightly crazy, I do admit that, but it made it a heck of a lot nicer to be in there. But no, mostly it was we wanted the place to look tip-top for my family's arrival the next day. And as it turns out, you were a bit scared of spiders.
There is no proof that I'm scared of spiders. Oh Jesus, you seen the size of that one?
Oh my god.
Okay, let's go.
Good day's work?
Not bad. I mean, all we've done is dusting. We've still got like the whole thing to renovate, but it's a start.
It is.
So we're off to see Jean-Charles,
Yes, indeed.
the cheval.
We have carrots, a pocket full of carrots.
Wait, let me show the carrot. There we go, specimen number one there. Yeah, we've seen he's looked a bit lonely recently, so we thought we'd surprise him with the carrot. But
and
actually,
what day is it today?
Chateau signing day.
After all this time, it's finally happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So who knew that only a year later, after putting in an offer, that we'd actually be potentially having the keys to our own chateau.
And who is coming today?
Your sister.
Yay!
Her partner and his son.
The Moroccan rebels are on their way.
So yeah, super looking forward to this. Exciting times, big projects ahead, but yeah, looking forward to it.
And look at this beautiful countryside, and there's the village.
Oh no.
Oh no. Jean-Charles.
Oh, Jean-Charles.
He can pick it up.
So what are you doing?
Huh? We're popping out to buy a chateau.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Nice. As you do.
Where are we up to?
Well, that's a good question. Not as exciting as the third stop. We've got a few little errands to run before we get to the notaire. But insurance, obviously important. And apparently a legal requirement in France. Who knew? You don't want your building falling on other people and then being liable for their injuries. But yeah, then off to the bank to hopefully get our French bank account. And then finally...
We're just going to pop round to the notaires and buy ourselves a chateau.
That's like the 20th time you said that today.
I know, but I'm
or maybe
so excited.
Even in the last hour, I think. It's happening, people.
That is a good one.
Well, thank you so much. It's great to see you.
Thank you for just giving this opportunity to such a once in a lifetime thing.
Well, we're hoping that you get to come back lots.
Yeah.
But yeah, this actual signing piece is a big thing.
Yeah.
Åh, nej, det här är helt fantastiskt.
For real.
Congratulations.
It's amazing. Epic, as the family would say.
Yeah. For once, the word is really fits in well.
I break my back completely.
Now we...
You're okay.
Thank you. Now we're opening the gorgeous gift. Oh, the Chateau Diaries! Oh my god! This is beautiful. Oh my god, this is specially made. It is. Oh, sweetheart. Thank you, God.
In a mixture of French and English.
Oh, love it. The Chateau Diaries.
After an amazing evening celebrating with Nicole's family, we were really keen to get started on our first proper bit of DIY.
It was very difficult to decide where we were going to start off. It's a big place. The whole thing needs renovating. And we eventually decided we were going to start in what we call the pipe room.
Well, the peep room or the bamboo room, it had multiple names.
That's true.
Not least because there was a whole load of bamboo stuck to the walls and a drawing of an old pipe.
Which was bizarre.
Which was strange. But we had to start somewhere, and we knew that that was an area that we wanted to make our own in due course. So why not?
And it was quite small in the sense that it didn't feel completely unmanageable to start there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It seemed like a small, manageable place to start, although it didn't turn out to quite be that straightforward.
It was a massive job in the end. And considering the prehistoric tools we were working with, I don't really know what we were thinking, but it's so funny to look back at it now and just go, what were we doing? And why were we using those tools? And also to see how incredibly delicately we were trying to get the plaster off the board, the wall, for instance. We were tapping away as if the whole thing would come crumbling down.
And now I am too ready to go to work. So, let's go. Gloves in hand, mask on, cap on, and here's my tool. Woohoo! Plaster coming down.